Hello guys, Cappuccino here. So today we will be looking at the new scenarios that just comes, make a new track. It's a pretty good scenarios because you can get S and S plus pretty easily. So here is the overview of what you need to do and what you want to do in these scenarios and what not to do. So this scenario is entirely based on races. You need to do a lot of races in terms of to get extra status, a lot more items. So it's all about knowing what item to use, guard building, deck building, and yeah, it's not about much about training. It's about, so what do you do? In general, right? You want to do 25 races at least the run, right? From the beginning to the end of the run. And if you don't know what to do, just rest. If you get like nervous about, yeah, is this training good? If it's that in the middle, right, the races are way better. If you can rest, just rest. But if the rainbow is really good, just pop some item and do some insane combos. That's mostly the basics of it. So yeah, I'm gonna focus on telling you the benefit of those items and how to organize race. That will be the focus of this video. And if you have any question, feel free to drop it down below. And yeah, let's jump right in. So as you can see here, we have a bunch of item pictures on the front of us right now, and yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of items and what it is quite different. So I'm gonna get to them one by one and explaining how you use them, right? Okay, so first off we have the status items. The status items are really good. It's really good. In first glances you think, oh my god, that doesn't really increase much, right? But yeah, it's kind of add up the more race you do in the game and the more the stat item that you get. And yeah, there is a stat item for every status in the game, right? There's speed, stamina, powers, gas, and int. Most of them are awarded. If you want to say that, what can I skip for the stat item? The only thing that you can skip is gas. But even if it's gas, you probably want to buy it because that's just pure extra status. You get more status, you get higher ratings, and that's all the benefit of it. So stat item is probably always a must buy, like always. Okay, so next up is energy drinks. Energy drinks is give you energy. It's pretty simple, right? So there's like three bottles of energy and one green tea that give you like 100 energy, but minus one of your motivation, right? So there, the green tea thingy need to be used with the cupcake, which I will be explaining later. So yeah, that's basically energy drink does. It's pretty simple, right? Energy drink is always a must buy as well, so buy it if you get it, because you're gonna do a lot of races and you're not gonna have enough time to drink, not enough time to rest to get more energy. So you will be relying on energy drinks a lot. Except the blue can thing, like the blue can thing increase maximum energy and recovering just a little bit of energy, so you don't want to buy them all the time. You only buy these cans when you have like leftovers point to buy it. So the blue can is not really worth it. I didn't buy it that much. I buy it sometimes if I have leftovers, but yeah, most of the time I'm not gonna buy it. Okay, next up with the condition items, right? The condition items is pretty interesting. So there is the mirror, like the mirror give you a cute status, yeah, adorable status to be exact, that give you like more bonds when you're training, right? This might look good, but it's not as good as you think. First off, the bond fill up quite fast, but if you do get it like after the first race or something, this might be worth it. But if you get it at the end of the first year, it's not worth it anymore, because the adorable is gonna be useful if you get it like really early. But yeah, and it's quite expensive as well, so I don't think it will be worth it after some time has passed in your training. So that will be my opinion on the mirrors. Next up is the scope thingies. The scope thingies give you rising stars status effect. Not worth it. for the price that it worth, it doesn't really worth your point to buy this. You better buy something else. Okay, next up is the books. And the book gives you great practice, and the great practice just reduce the failure rate by 2%. For the prices, I don't think this worth it. They just don't get it at all. It's quite expensive, and for some reason it's not worth it. Okay, and after that we have like the scholar hats thingy, scholar hat, right? This gives you sharp, which reduce all of your SP by 10%. This is pretty much worth it, but it's a little bit too expensive. Like it's 280. That's what like 3 races. So only get it if you have like a good run. If it's really early in the run, you should focus on getting other items instead of this one. So yeah, if it's late game, you can considering buying this if you have like a lot of leftovers skill point, not skill point, the shop point. Okay, so yeah, that's all the condition type items. That's all of it. So the next up is the bad condition. Bad condition. This item kill bad condition. As you can see, oh my god, the pillow kind of heal insomnia. All these bad condition are good items. It's good to buy if you get the condition. So if you didn't get any of the condition, just don't buy it at all. It's not worth it. So yeah, the pillow heal insomnia. The book sting with a pen. It cure laziness. That's pretty good. Like you get laziness sometimes, not much. You didn't get much shows laziness anyways. But if you do get it, just buy it and fix it. Like it's easily fixed. And the cream looking thing, the tube of cream looking thing, that kind of heal like dry skins. This might be worth keeping one of them, because in this scenario you do a lot of races, and there might be time that you do 4 or 5 races in a row. I did it in the stream as well. But yeah, there's sometimes that you might want to have this as a spare. Just having one of them kind of is good enough when you accidentally get it, when you less too much. Yeah, and the pills thing, yeah, not the pills thing, and the weight measurement thingy. Yeah, that heal overweight for some reason. Yeah, if you get overweight, you probably want to buy this. It's pretty good. And yeah, the next one is the aroma thingy. Yeah, aroma diffusers. This heal migraine. You don't get a lot of migraine, but if you do, just get it. The DVD thingy heal bad practice. I don't think this is if you do get bad practice, just get it. Is all of this thing costs like 15 point only, so it's not expensive. You buy when you get the status. That's all it is. And the last thingy is the most expensive things for bad condition is the medicines. The medicines heal all negative state that you have. Again, it's worth it if you get any negative status and you don't have a way to cure it. So let's say you get laziness, but you then have the books to cure laziness. You're just gonna be slapping this to get it cured as soon as possible, so you can go back to training or something. Yeah, it's worth it. It worth the prices that it makes. Next up is training level. Training level is a little bit complicated because it depends on the deck that you're running. So if you're running speed and int deck, like 3 speed 3 int or 4 speed 2 int, or like 2 speed 4 int maybe. So yeah, depends. If you're running speed int deck, right, you want to upgrade, you want to buy the speed one and the int one, because that's what you're running and that's what you train most of the time, right? So that will be worth it more than the other training levels. But yeah, but if you're training like speed and stamina, you might want to buy both speed and stamina. Yeah, and ignore the others because they are expensive, and you probably don't want to level up the training that you don't do anyways. So yeah, that would be the basics. So that would be the basic that I want you to keep in mind when you're buying this training level. Because when someone see training levels, they will, oh my god, it's so good, just buy them all, and they buy gas or something which they didn't even touch it. Yeah. So yeah, that's what to keep in mind when buying these training levels. Okay, the next type is the training effectiveness. There's 2 types of this thing. It's the megaphones and the leg ankles. The megaphone and leg ankles are stackable. You can use both of them together, but the same type doesn't stack. So let's say that you have like the 20% megaphones, right, and the 60% megaphone. You can use them together. The bigger effectiveness is gonna be overriding the smaller ones. Always. This always happens. Just keep that in mind. So yeah, most of the time I will keep like 2 or 3 60% one and 2 or 3 40% one. So if you find the 40%, I always keep it at 1. Like I always buy one of them for some reason, I don't know why, but yeah, I always buy the 40% like and grab it like once in case that I land out of 60%. So yeah, 60%, always buy the 60%. It's so good. And yeah, 40% sometimes, but 20%, I don't think 20% worth it. You might buy sometimes if you have some leftover point, but I don't think it's worth it. But if you don't have 40% or 60% in stock at all, you might want to buy one of the 20% just because it increased just a little bit. It's good enough. And yeah, the ankles, next up is the leg ankles. The leg ankles, it kind of works like training levels. You don't want to use it on something you don't train. Let's say if you it have every status except the int, because well, the int is you reading the books, and putting a leg ankles when you're reading a book is not gonna help you. So yeah, there's for 4 types of them. Okay, so if you're training for like speed and stamina, right, you want to buy an ankles of speed and ankle of stamina. It's a must buy, by the way. You buy them when you see them. You don't skip them unless you have like 4 or 5 of them already. You might want to skip them if that's the case. But if you have like 1 or 2 of them, you might want to buy more of them. Just when you get like good turns, you might want to slap it on and do some insane combos. Okay, so the next category of item is extra. These items kind of works like first off, we have the barbecue, like the carrot barbecue. This is a very good item for early games, and only buy it on early games. if you don't have if you put it in early game and you get it early, you pretty much always buy this just to increase the bond of every person, every support guard that you have. This gives +5 bond to everyone, so yeah, that's pretty good. +5 bond is like 1 training, and it's for everyone, so that's really good for early. Don't buy it when you already max out the bonds though. Don't buy that. Next up with the cupcake. It's always good to hold the cupcake. There's 2 types of cupcake. The first is +1 motivation, and the second is +2 motivation. I don't buy much +2 motivation, kind of sucks. But the +1 cupcake, I always hold like 1 or 2 of them always, because you might get random motivation down, or you might want to drink the +100 energy drinks that minus your motivation. Both of them together just refill you with like 100 energy without doing anything. Yeah, you drink the 100 energy and you eat the cupcake, and they go well together. And yeah, that's about the basics of it. And the whistles kind of rearrange your support guys. So maybe in summers, right, if your support guy is bad and you don't get any rainbows at all, you just blow a whistle and hope for the best that after reloading your support guard, you might get something useful. Yes, the whistle is a must buy, by the way. It's pretty cheap and it's pretty effective. Must buy. Okay, next up is the lucky charm thing. The lucky charm thing will render the failure rate of that turn to 0%. So no matter how low the energy you have, you can train. No matter how low the energy you have at the moment, you can train and have a 0% failure rate. It's really good, really good. It's cheap and it's effective. Especially when the times come that you don't have much energy drink, you might want to have 1 or 2 of these at hands always. I always buy this, but not more than 2 though. I always buy 1 or 2 of this, but not more than 2. If it have PM more than 2, I'm just gonna skip it. Not worth it anymore. Yeah, next up is the shoes thing, the hammer and shoes thing, right? We have the silver one and the gold one, right? The silver one is not worth it, but if you find the gold one, buy it. Buy them and save 3 of them. 3 of them only, not more than that. And use this on the race when the climax thing, the 3S climax thing happens. Yeah, that's what you do with the hammers. It increases your race bonuses, so you get more status from the last race that you do in the scenarios. And that's pretty good. Next up is the pen like. This increases the fan gains. Don't buy it. Don't buy it unless you're grinding fans or something. Just don't buy it. Cat food. The cat food increase the shaman bonds by 5. It's not worth it. Like the shaman do nothing in these scenarios. She does nothing. So it's not worth raising her bonds. And yeah, that's all the items that you need to know. So yeah, so let's go back to some of the combos or recommendation to use the items in the real scenarios. This will be the footage from the last stream. So if you want some more information, you can watch that stream. I did say a lot of things about this scenario last stream, so please check it out. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, so first off, I want to talk about the progression that you make up upon the years past, like the year 1, year 2, and year 3, what you should do and what you should not do. So first off, when you enter the scenarios, right, the first 12 turns also you can race and you can go into the shop because it's not open yet. Okay, so here's the obvious thing that you need to do. You want to rush your bonds as soon as possible, so because this is like this 12 turns like the only place where you can increase bond. So you want to rush your bond because you have nothing more to do. So yeah, just focus on bond because unlike Auru, you don't have Auru fire, you don't have fires, so you don't have to focus on them anymore. Just focus entirely on bonds, and yeah, just go in for the most bond possible because you want them to have at least a green when you reach the debut races. Okay, so after the build race, what to do? After the build race, you can continue to build up your bond. Check the shop for the barbecue or any items that I recommended to buy and just buy them. That's all you need to do. And you need to do race from time to time. Like when the training is bad, like really bad, and you don't want to increase bond, or just go race it. You don't want to do anything except race it. Just go race it. I usually do like 7, 5, probably 5, 6. Yeah, probably allow 5 to 6 races from after the debut race to the end of the first year. Okay, so here comes the second year, right? The second years you want to focus on maybe getting a good rainbows and races. If the rainbow is not good, like if you don't have a double rainbow is quite good, but you need to considering how strong is that double rainbow is. If the double rainbow is weak, you don't want to spend your turns on it, just go races. Most of the time I go like race and recover energy, race and recover energy. That's more of the turns kind of goes. Yeah, because I end up doing like 13 or 15 races, more than 10 races in the second year most of the time. So yeah, you do a lot of races just in that year. And yes, skip every turn, that's not good. Just go to race or recover energy. And remember to have, before getting to summers, this work on second year and this work on third year as well. Before going to summers, have 3 megaphones, maybe 2 megaphones of the 60%. 60% megaphone, have 2 of them, always have 2 of them in the stock. And ankles, leg ankles, always have leg ankles available. Leg ankles is really good. It's a good combination with the megaphones. Some energy drinks, and yeah, just it's a lot of useful items that I recommended in the last section. Just grab them before you go into summers. Don't use them before though, because you want to have them in summers. Summer is like the best way to train in these scenarios because all the training levels are at level 5. So yeah, you want to save every resource that you have and throw them in the summers, unless you got a really good rainbows before that. So yeah, that's the tip that can make you, and it will take you to a long time. I did a lot of insane combos in the last stream just because I saved the items. Okay, the third year is a little bit different. The third year you're gonna be focusing more on status, but you can still races. If the support guard's not looking good, the training is bad, you probably want to races, right? But I did less race on third year than second year. I did less race, so yeah. So you probably want to focus more because at that point your training level is gonna be level 3 or level 4 already, right? So it's a pretty good value for you to have a good trainings to get your status up. So yeah, that's the guide I can make. That's the tips that I can tell you now. The third year, you still race a lot though. Not gonna lie, you still race a lot, like a lot, but yeah, you race in the second year. That's all. And yeah, the third year summer is quite important, so try to get as much status from the summer as possible. Okay, and after finishing the third year, you're gonna be entering the climax, the climax races. For the climax races, right? You want to have 3 of the tamers, as I say in the item section. You want to have 3 items saved up, and before you enter the race, don't use it on the training turns though. Use it on the race turn, right? The turns that you enter the races, before you enter the races, use the hammers, the gold hammers. This will increase the race bonuses, and you will get more status at the end of the races. And yeah, save 3 of them because there is 3 races totals, and you want to use all of them in that. That's why I told you to save 3 of the hammers in there. And that's about the overall progression in terms of how scenarios kind of goes. I hope you understand something more. There is a little bit of knowledge that I have to tell you. There is a thing called rival races. Rival races is when you have like rainbows jagged thing in the races. And yeah, what does rival races do? So you race against someone particular, like some famous umas on that course or something, and if you win against them, you get a little bit of status, new shop items. This is random. The shop item you get from rival races is kind of random. You might not get anything at all even after finish the rival race, but yeah, most of the time you're gonna get it. That's why you do a lot of races, because the rival race give you new shop items, status and skill point. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, so the rival race, if you win in any position, you will get the skills of the position you enter the race with. So let's say you win the rival race with Chaser, you're gonna get Chaser skills. But yeah, so that's why you want to use the actual strategy that you intend the Umas to use, because in our or UIS you kinda just put them in the runners and just let them win, right? But in Mechia, Mega attacks is different, because the hint given is based on the strategy you use in the race. So you want to use your intended strategy. So that's how the progression is gonna go. And yeah, let's see you in the next section. Okay, so here we are at the summers of the third year, right? So here's a looking that we don't have much of a good training, so I just blow 1 whistles to see if I can get a good rainbows. And yeah, I do get a decent rainbow, which is a double rainbow on speed, right? So now I just proc the leg ankles, speed leg ankles, megaphones, of course. That's what I save the items for. And yeah, I just train it. Yeah, and as you can see, that's a big numbers. That's a big number on speed, right? So that's how you kinda spend your summers. And yeah, and here comes the next turn. We don't have anything good, just blow some whistles. But if you already have something good, you can just proc the items. Okay, blow some whistles. I didn't get anything good again. Unfortunately, but I want to save the whistle for later, so this time I decide to just do the in, because the in is quite decent, and I think I need some in status, so that's why I just click the in, because I need like 600 in at the end, and I'm at 450, which is not gonna reach 600, and that's why I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm getting nervous and I panic a lot, but I end up just pressing the in anyways. Okay, the third turn. Again, we don't have anything much good, so I spend 1 more whistles, the last whistle that I have, and we do get a decent amount. We get a decent speed. So I proc the megaphones, because the megaphone duration ran out. And I check the shop, because there's a new when entering the summer, there's a new shop happen, and buy some extra things. Again, I get the extra whistles from the shop, so I can do 1 more whistles. But yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of time looking at your items and looking at the shop, because you're gonna be probably not sure what to do most of the time. And yeah, and the speed's looking nice, but do I want to go for more? I'm really not sure, so that's why I look a lot at the items that I have. And yeah, I think this I end up just go for the speed by using the ankles and the megaphones and go for the speed training. Like that's pretty decent speed training. Like 50 stats not bad, right? Okay. Next up is the last turn in the summers. I have one whistle from the shop, so I didn't get any good, so I broke one whistles. And this time around I get a pretty good speed again. It's just Kidasang black, but it's a pretty good status. So that's why I proc another ankle speed. And I already have megaphone effects on, but I have low energy. So in this case, I decide to use the lucky charm to not fail the training. But you can also use the energy drink in this case. Both kind of works the same anyways. So yeah, I decided to do that. And yeah, as you can see, I gained like 200 status just from like one summers. That's how you're gonna spend your summer in these scenarios. It's just an examples of how you do the items combos and everything. If you have any question about the videos or any question about the new scenarios, I'll leave it in the comment below. You might help others figure out the answer as well. There might be something I didn't cover or something that may change in the future. I will featuring it in the next video or the new video that's gonna be happening. The meta hasn't formed yet, so I'm not sure that I can draw a conclusion, but this guide should help you getting an A+ or maybe S and S+ really easily. Just because this is not that complex. It's not as complex as when first I came out. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.